Hey everybody, welcome to Youth Sports and Activities Midwest. I'm Brian French, your host, and my partner on the mic, Dave Penning.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Is it
well,
morning?
Afternoon.
It's somewhere. It's morning somewhere. It's afternoon somewhere. Wherever you're watching and whenever you're watching, we're glad you're watching. So, hey, big weekend, right? Started off the season, big time.
Great weather, great facility.
Beautiful, wasn't it?
Awesome weekend for baseball. It's about time.
You know, usually we're playing in the snow in March in Missouri, and that sucks.
Yeah, nice way to kick off the season. Beautiful complex, 100% turf, no mud on your feet, and
it was nice. It was really
time.
nice. Hey, and I want to start off by giving a shout out to all the local clubs. We're following everybody on Facebook, and we're seeing a lot of the Bandits, the Force, Bears, Gators. If I left anybody out, prospects, we're watching everything. Dwayne Cooney, saw your son Kevin hit a home run on video. It was great, first home run of the season, and that was pretty cool. It was pretty cool watching all that stuff. So, hey, if you're wanting to, if you want us to follow you, we're going to be putting some highlights out and following all the clubs. Like our Facebook page, we'll follow you. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll follow you. We'll watch. We'll pay attention to what's going on. That's part of what we want to do with the show is follow all these teams out there, see what's going on in youth baseball, and hey, we'll make you famous for at least 2 minutes, right?
Right. I think you mentioned in last segment too, Brian. There was a spot to where we cannot be at every ballpark, at every catch, every pitch, and every hit, and every phenomenal play. So, was that link available up online to where they can send that little clip or snippet in?
Not yet. We're getting there. We're going to be, and what Dave's referring to is we're going to have an opportunity for people to upload videos to our website. It'll be a portal that'll be open to the public. And we're looking forward to seeing the mom's video and the dad's video and their sons, their players, making plays, hitting the ball, and absolutely. We should have that up in a couple weeks and ready to go. So we're looking forward to it.
Outstanding.
We're looking forward to it. So remember, hit that subscribe button. And like our Facebook page, follow us. We'll follow you back, and it'll be a lot of fun this year. I'm looking forward to it, man.
It's going to be a great year.
So with that being said, we got an opening to the Shamrock Shootout. We were down at Ballparks of America with Game 7 this weekend. It was a lot of fun. So, Dave, what did we see down there?
Yeah, it was a great start to the 2019 season. The Mother Nature cooperated with us, so that's always a plus, And then you add to it 100% turf facility. That's a good start for a good recipe for the start of the season there. So if all weekends go as planned and as smooth as that one was, we're in for a really good season.
There you go. So we had 2 age divisions, right? 12U?
Yeah, we had some 12s and 14U, and congratulations to all those guys. And, hey, thanks for the people who made the road trip down there. We had 2 teams from Oklahoma that came across and attended. We appreciate those guys coming in. And shout out to our winners and runners-up.
So let's start with 12U runner-up. Who was the 12U runner-up?
JP Blue out of Quad Cities out there. So appreciate them coming, and they're coming back actually in 2 weeks. They're bringing their 13U.
Oh, very good.
They're returning.
So, and the 12U champ?
The 12U champ was the Base Knox out of Kansas City.
Kansas City?
Yes, sir.
That was a good trek. Yeah,
they made it over, and I think the JP Blue said they had a 7.5-hour drive. So
wow.
Yeah,
so great job, guys. JP Blue runners-up, champs to the Base Knox. So the 14U division, we had the runners-up were?
Runners-up were Joe Reed's Prospects here, the local bunch from St. Louis. They did an outstanding job and took home runner-up that weekend, and they did well.
Very good, very good. And our champions of that division?
Our champions, another local team, a team that's been with us from 8U Machine Pitch, Bob Becker's Diamond Stars. They did something right out of the box that was very impressive. They had a lower seed, or higher seed, so they were forced to play 3 consecutive games in one day, and lo and behold, they come out the victors.
That's tough to do, man.
Yeah, it is really tough, especially right out of the box, Brian. But they were up for the challenge, and congratulations, Bob, and the Diamond Stars.
All right. Hey, good luck, guys. Next week, where are we at? We're at Chesterfield, right?
We're at Chesterfield and Baldwin next week to start our local venues here, and hopefully Mother Nature cooperates. It looks Saturday looks promising. Looks like it may touch 67 degrees, the mid-60s. There is somewhat of a little bit of a rain forecasted for Sunday, but you know what? They've been wrong before. So.
Hey, I want to talk about one other thing coming up that we're starting in April. Shout out to Jeff Jones with Cool Bats, who's going to be sponsoring our top award that we're going to be giving out on our tournament wrap-up show for an outstanding player for the Game 7 tournaments, and we're looking forward to that. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So there'll be some more information of that to come, and we'll be talking to the coaches about that when the tournament comes up, and I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, thanks for coming on board, Jeff. We appreciate that.
Absolutely. So, Dave, what do you got finishing up here?
Well, to round out the month, we have 2 more weekends. Looking forward to it. And for those of you who want to take advantage of some of the tournament T-shirts, go on and click on the documents page from your event page. And there is timely deadlines on those, so don't miss the deadlines. We have to meet so much to order those, so be on the lookout for that. You can find those from the documents tab on the tournament webpage.
Excellent. Well, hey, guys, we got another segment coming up. We're going to have Coach Tony Perkins from Francis Howell High School joining us right after this. We got some highlights from the Shamrock Shootout we're going to show you here real quick. So stay tuned. And the next segment brought to you by Live Well Chiropractic. Shout out to Dr. Liz over there. If you're needing some health, you got some trouble in your back, your headaches, whatever the case may be, go see Dr. Liz. She will help you out. We'll see you in a moment.
Mike. I'm Todd. Good to meet you.
Todd, nice to meet you. Mike. Bill, nice to meet you. Mike. Robbie, nice to meet you.
Todd, good to meet you again. Good to see you again, Coach. Okay, so we're going with
Nothing wrong with that. Hey, guys, we're back here with Coach Tony Perkins. Coach?
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate you being here, man. So, you're just coming off the big meeting with Misha. Season's getting rolling. Anything happening new with Misha that, maybe be beneficial to parents, coaches, anybody that's out there watching, young players moving up?
Well, there's a couple things. I know this year, it's NFHS, the National Federation of High School Rules. They implemented the 15-run rule after 3.
Did they really?
So I think it's a good thing. So
I do too, and I must admit, as an umpire, I've been in some of those early season games that are tough, and it's cold, and man, it's just brutal.
Yeah, about that point in time, nobody wants to be there anyway.
You're right.
Right, yeah. The fans are getting tired. The umpires are surely getting tired.
Let's get out of here and move on
that's,
to the next day.
That's a great addition, I think, Coach.
Yeah.
It really is. And the one thing that they did differently this year, which was kind of, I don't know, what kind of bugged us a little bit, but we do the preseason rankings. The coaches do. We started that. I kind of helped that years ago. And the reporters used to do it. Now they don't do it at all. I mean, they just use the high school coaches. And we couldn't do an actual preseason's rankings because they did not release the districts until last week, I believe. It was like 2 weeks after we practiced, they released the districts. And I kind of get it. It's hard because it messes up our preseason rankings. We had teams you mentioned, teams to watch out for, that kind of a list. But we couldn't do a 1 through 10 or that kind of a thing.
Right.
So, but I can understand it because some schools say they're going to have baseball, and then they don't. so when they, put them in their classes, there's 5 classes right now, which there's talk of going to 6 classes, which would be fine with me, but it doesn't matter to us, big schools, because we're going to be big schools.
So is there enough to really make that 6? I mean, I've looked at those classes. Is there really enough to separate that?
Yeah, it just depends every year. I mean, like I was saying, those kids, those schools that say they're going to have a team, then they don't have enough kids, so they can't play.
Okay.
So that affects the number of teams in the postseason, and they want to make that, as even and as fair as possible.
Sure.
So there's those teams like we played. Who did we play? Wright City the other day. I never play them. I usually don't play small schools, but Troy tournament worked out that way, and he said they are the smallest Class 4 school by 5 kids.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And that changes from year to year.
Yeah, so that's going to move them in divisions and classes from year to year. You can't really determine until they have enough kids out there, I guess. So you can't really put them in a quote-unquote a class until you know how many kids they have.
Yeah, and, as at that team, they could be a lot more successful at being one of the bigger Class 3 and then being a smaller Class 4. It's a lot of different beasts there.
Sure.
Absolutely. So how do you think MSHSAA is going to look at that stuff moving forward? Do you think they have
they have their formula? X amount of teams is going to be Class 5, and just go from there and just split it up all the way down to Class 1.
Wow. Where'd you guys end up district-wise? Are you in the same district? They have a redistrict.
They redistrict this year.
Okay.
It changed ours just a tad. Added Zumwalt West, kicked out Howell North. Howell North went over with DeSmet and those guys. It's 4 Zumwalts. Howell Central, I think Troy may be in ours.
Is that right?
I'm guessing on that. But, yeah, it's no matter what district we're in, it's going to be a bear.
It's usually true, isn't it?
Yeah, people outstate, in Kansas City and Columbia, they always ask, who's going to win your district. I said, I don't know, but whoever does is going to have a chance to get to the Final Four.
There you go.
Because the team that's rolling at that point in time has got a chance.
So we got St. John's Vianney at the top spot this year, correct? Mm-hmm. Preseason. So where do we go from there? Who's after that?
Yeah, that goes with the territory. A lot of times when you win state, you get to be number 1 preseason, which a lot of coaches don't like being in the top 10 preseason, which I'm one of those guys. and all the guys know it. I mean, how we do this? we have a Class 5 vice president. I'm really involved with our MSHSAA Coach Association. We have 16 different districts, right?
Yeah.
So you have a guy that's a district rep, and we vote. All of us, and so it's statewide, and we vote, and then we do this about 3 or 4 times a year. But I got it in front of me. So it's Vianney, Staley, DeSmet, CBC, Hickman, Blue Springs South, Liberty, Kansas City, Kickapoo, Lee Summit West, and Willard. And then there's about 6 or 7 of those others that got votes. So that's the big school.
And there's a lot of representation, from Kansas City to Missouri to Springfield, all throughout the state. Where's Staley? I'm not familiar with that.
That's Kansas City.
That's Kansas City? Okay.
Yeah, so, they're in Arizona right now playing.
Are they really?
Holy cow.
Scottsdale.
Oh, my goodness.
Must be nice.
Yeah, must be. Jeez, it is nice.
Big-time fundraisers there, right?
You got that right.
So
a lot of pizzas sold.
Not liking to be ranked in the top 10, Coach. Where do you see you guys sitting at this year?
I don't know. We're dangerous. I mean, we're 2-1 right now. We played Westminster, and they're loaded. Matheny's got to get done having kids come through because, man, that one is good. And then another kid who played for us in the summertime, Jimmy Obertop, who's committed to Michigan, was on that team. They had athletes all over the field, but we competed with them. We were up late, and we got beat 5-3. But that'll make our kids better. I'm real excited about our young kids. Starting 4 sophomores right now, so it could be more. So we'll see. I mean, defense seems to be a lot better than what it was last year, and we got one of our best players back now. So Matt Shark was on the basketball team with the Final Four, and he's back, which is cool. And then we have an interesting project going on right now. The point guard, Dalen Dalton, is coming out for baseball.
Really?
He hasn't played since he's 8 years old, and so we're giving him an opportunity.
Is he a good athlete?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
He has all the tools. He's got the right coach right here to help him along.
Coach him up a little bit.
That dude can fly. That's why he's got my attention.
Can't teach speed, right?
That's right.
So right now you guys are in the Troy tourney. You're playing in the Troy tourney.
Yep.
So how's that going so far?
Yeah, like I said, we're 2-1 in that one, and then we play today. We play Rockwood Summit today. I know they got a couple good players. They're traditionally pretty strong. I helped coach the Futures game in Indy, and I know they got one of their kids, Jeremy Shork, who just bangs it, and he's going to be a concern. But I'm kind of spoiled because I have more arms than most. I mean,
Yeah.
people were complaining after 3 games we're out of pitching, and I still got 4 dudes that haven't thrown, and they'll throw today. I mean, so I've got guys that haven't even pitched yet, and people start rolling back through. But it's a tournament, so I got to get them up there and see how they do.
Luxuries, man, luxuries. Come on.
Coach, you alluded to the fact that there's a new thing called bonus games that we were talking previously here, and you said that your district is really tough alone. And then caps off to you. I mean, these bonus games that you have on your schedule, they're not just some filler teams that you're going and traveling. You're playing the highest level competition there is outside of that district. And can you allude to the people and tell them and what a little bit about this bonus games are?
Misha put this in about, I want to say 3 years ago. Most guys that are big schools do it. Like we're playing 5 games a week, 4 to 5 games a week normally. With the new pitch count that came in with the NFHS, some smaller schools, they will not do this because they can't play 5 games a week.
Due to their lack of depth in pitching.
Right. So they can only play like 2 or 3 games. So they're just not scheduling. My way I approach it is I don't really care. I mean, I'm throwing them out there, and we're gonna play. I get in trouble.
Yeah, that's why you're so respected out there. I mean, you go out there. You're not just throwing the filler in games. You guys are playing the highest level competition.
Yeah, but the rule is you can play 5 bonus days. You can play 2 games on any non-school day, and it count as 1 against your schedule. So what we do usually is get 3 teams in there, so we don't double up and we just play different people. Like we're going to Webb City. It's us and Webb City and Rockbridge, and they're all in the others mentioned. And then we go to the Joplin and play Joplin, McDonald County, Kansas City, and Rockbridge and Hickman and us get together for 6 teams and on a Saturday, and we'll be playing Blue Springs and Liberty North, who they're all mentioned. So, and the bad thing is a lot of times you play these teams, and some of these bigger schools are not in conferences,
Right.
and so they can pick and choose who they want to beat with their dude. And a lot of times it's us. That's okay. It's going to make us better, So by the time you get to our 5th game, I mean, my best pitchers are not going to throw on the weekends because our conference schedule is such that we play home and away Tuesday and Wednesday. So Tuesday and Wednesday, my guys are going because I'm going after conference every year. But that's where it's at. I mean, there's a lot of guys like Vianney, me and Coach Brown, Scott Brown over there, we go at that all the time about, number of games played and that kind of stuff because we compete about that. Like we had a game last year, for instance, and Vianney was state champs. They lost 1 game all year, and they were really a great team. And he called me up and said, "Hey, Perk, how about Vianney coming over to Howell Viking land?" All right, this time I'm below 500. He's undefeated, and I'm thinking,
Now he wants to come.
Oh, he was. I said, come on. But I don't. There's probably some people out there would have said, no, well, I'll play somebody else. But I said, come on.
Sure.
I took my butt kicking, and we just moved on.
But you know what? Playing good competition I believe that it can only make you better.
Absolutely.
It does. You have to understand your competition, where you're at, to understand how to achieve to another level.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it makes our guys better. And then, to me, it just shows you if these guys are that much better than us, what do you have to do individually, as far as your physical training, getting bigger, getting faster, getting stronger, all those, little things. And you can see what you got to compete against. If you're not at that level, we're not going to win. Because the other guys are doing what they need to do, and they're going to beat us.
Well, Coach, we got just a short time here left. You got the Midwest Classic coming up. When is that?
That's my baby. Starts Monday. Yeah.
Starts Monday?
Yeah, yeah. Well, a shorter team because somebody dropped out in January, so ended up getting Vianney's JV team in there. So we got 16 teams. Blue Spring South's coming, Lee Summit West coming. I think there's 5 in the top 10 that are in the Midwest Classic. It's kind of interesting. If in the last few years you look at it, you'll see that a lot of times 3 out of the 4 teams in the Final Four did play in the Midwest Classic.
Really?
Yeah, it's really good competition, and you got Vianney, you got CBC, you got DeSmet, and you got the Howells. I mean, you turn around, you're playing somebody good.
So where can people, if you sports fans want to watch some good high school baseball, where can they find the schedule?
You can go to my website, just Google France Howell Baseball.
Okay.
It's angelfire.com/MO2/FHBB, and it says in 2019 Midwest Classic. We use Howell's as mainly the home sites in Zumwalt West and Vianney. We use other sites early in the week, and then Friday and Saturday, everybody plays 1 game on Friday, 2 on Saturday. That's the way the MSHSAA has put it up. You got to put them on a bracket after 2 game pool play games. And
right.
So, but everywhere you look, and it's all real close. Besides Vianney, everybody's real close. Well, Vianney's got turf too. So,
That's nice.
It's easy. If you get bored at a game, you can just run down the street and see somebody else play, and you see some great coaching and some great players.
Very good, very good. Coach, thanks for joining us.
You're
good
welcome.
luck to you.
I enjoyed it.
Good luck to you in the season, and guys, hopefully you'll come back.
Anytime.
Visit with us some more.
It's
All
only
right.
about a mile from my house. I'm here.
All right, yeah.
Best of luck to you, Coach.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Hey, folks, we got another segment coming up, and this segment will be sponsored by the tax office. Hey, if you need some work with accounting and payroll, go check out Megan Wallander over at the tax office, and she'll be happy to talk to you about that.
Welcome back, everyone. We have Dave Burke from the New Melle Tigers joining us this afternoon here. Dave, thanks for coming on board.
Thank you for having me.
Ryan, great addition to the show here today.
I think so. So, Mr. Burke, how long have you been coaching?
I started with these boys, a handful of the boys that are currently on the team, when they were 4 and 5 years old.
Yeah, Dave, you've been playing Game 7 for quite some time. I can remember playing indoors over there at the River's Edge, and you blink your eye, and what, you're 12U already this year, right?
Yeah, they're 12. It's hard to believe, but yes, 12 years old.
Wow, yeah, time flies. It just seems like only yesterday we were sitting in there watching the boys play machine pitch.
Yeah, it's going by. I like to see the progress of the boys as players and young men, but it's going by pretty fast.
So, getting to watch you and know you're not only your players, your families. You have a great core group of families that follow you along as well. And we appreciate all your support at Game 7. And look, like year after year, you've probably pretty much kept the same nucleus together for those 12 years. I know there's some changes that come along here and there. It's just part of the game per se, but for the most part, it looks like you've kept the same nucleus of kids for the past, 5, 6 years?
Yeah, we've, I would say on average about 6 or 7 of our boys. I've got probably 4 of them that have been with me since they were 5 or 6. I've got probably another 4 or so that have been 4 or 5 that have been with me since we were 8, So it's not only do they play ball together, but they've quite honestly all become very good friends. And you mentioned our parents. I've coached other sports. I've been around youth sports and different sports, and I can tell you, I can't say thank you enough to the group of parents that I have, because they're fantastic. They're hard workers. They're sold on what we're trying to do and the way we're trying to go about things. So, I thank you to them for all their support.
Yeah, and they get it. They're well knowledge of the game, and I don't want to elaborate too much, but we had a little instance last year in our World Series to where things could have gone horribly wrong, and your parents took it very, very, very well, and I didn't hear a peep out of them, and showed a lot of class out of not only your team but your parents as well, and that is unheard of. I mean, that just goes to show you right there. That's one example of just phenomenal parents that you have. I was like, holy cow, here I am. I'm going to get it lambasted here, and I didn't hear a word.
This goes to what I believe, and Dave and I have talked about this a lot. All the negative stuff you hear, and we're hearing right now, shortage of umpires, everybody screaming, hollering, but that's a very small portion of it, isn't it, Dave?
Oh, yes.
The larger portion, parents, fans, and whatnot, are well behaved. They understand. They know it's youth sports, and they're just out having a good time. Yeah. Yeah,
and it shows with his club, his team. The old saying, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, and his ball club, the kids, they're respectful on and off the field, and I think that's a direct reflection upon their parenting and their coach here as well. I mean, Dave does a great job with these young men.
So that kind of goes into our, your coaching instruction, your style, your philosophy. How do you go about that, Coach?
I really just try to, by far, I'm not the most baseball knowledgeable coach on the staff. I've learned over the years to let the guys that are more knowledgeable than me, that are on our coaching staff, actually coach.
Yeah.
I literally have taken on the role of lineups and the management portion of it, and the parent portion of it, and setting up things through the tournament schedules and different things like that. I would say that I'm kind of the motivational guy in regards to coaching wise. They are 12-year-olds, and I tend to get lengthy sometimes, and then I got to reel it back and realize I lost them after 2 minutes.
You get the blinks too.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, Coach, But we've really tried to simplify it, knowing that you lose them after, and like our big every year we go into we have a kind of a saying that leads us through our season, and this year our saying is, you're going to get out of it what you put into it, and that comes from everybody.
Yes, sir.
It's literally, if you want to go out there and give a half effort, and then that's what you're going to get is a half of a result. So.
And doesn't that go into, as you're developing young players, you're also developing young men, and you're going to get into a community, into a job, into your schooling, whatever you're going to get out of that, whatever you put into it. Yes?
Yes, absolutely. And that's, as having my son on this team also and being a coach, when we've brought new players on, I've told the parents, I've said, listen, your son could be the best 12-year-old baseball player in St. Louis, but if he's not a good young man, then we're not interested.
And so that kind of brings us to the community part, yes?
Yeah, Dave and I talk a lot, off the field, consider Dave a friend and a business partner as well. And a lot of times we talk on the phone and the word family comes up. And he treats his team not only as team members, as a community and as a family. And a couple of things they do with the community. Can you elaborate a little bit about what you did down at Jefferson Barracks last year?
Yeah, we did. It was the Wreaths Across America, and it is basically as a team. I promoted it to my parents and my players, and then we showed up down there, and it was the weekend right around Veterans Day, I believe, or whatever it was, and we went out, and the boys laid thousands of wreaths, spruce wreaths, on the gravestones of fallen veterans, that have. And it was a great learning moment for the boys. One of our parents is a West Point graduate and, very, very versed in regards to this. And it was a really neat moment when he was talking in regards to a particular headstone. And that's something that we as coaching staff has. I'll make this short, but it's we told the boys. I look at it and I tell them, say, hey, what you get to do, playing baseball every weekend and multiple times a week, this is a luxury, and it's a luxury that most kids around the world do not understand. And probably, as you were saying with that blank stare, the one time that I can truly remember is when I said, and there's countries all around this world that a luxury is a cup of cooked white rice that they have to stretch for 3 to 5 days. And it really opened, I think, some of the boys, for maybe the first time for a lot of them, it became, then they a lot of questions to ask me in regards to that statement. And it's really just, our philosophy is, you're given an opportunity to come out here and play this game and have fun and progress as a baseball player. There's nothing wrong with us giving back.
Yeah, there are too many people that do take that for granted, and you set them down and let them know, hey guys, you know what, this is nuts and bolts here. We're taking some things for granted here, but we need to step back and look at it. This is a privilege here, what we have here in the United States.
And at Jefferson Barracks, those gravestones, those are people that have went out and gave the ultimate
sacrifice.
So that
Sacrifice,
we can sit on a Saturday and under the sun and play a little baseball. Yeah. I mean that's there's some reality to that.
Right.
That's a difficult thing, and so that's hard to segue out of that stuff, man. That's tough. Yeah. But how many? And I think this is where we need to really focus and keep ourselves in tune with the community at large. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And it's we've done several. Over the years, we did the Wreaths Across America. We've done the bell ringing for the Salvation Army. We've gone and stocked food pantries. We've packed care packages for the soldiers overseas. We've done a lot of different things, and I think it's important, as for all these young men, like you said, this is when they're transitioning into they're not boys as much anymore. They're becoming men. And
right.
These are great lessons we can teach them.
Exactly.
To appreciate what's around you and what's been afforded to you based on other people's sacrifices. So
that's what we love about you, Dave. I mean, you're a good guy and on and off the field, and it's just you're not just teaching them how to hit the ball to the opposite field or throw a down and out on 0-2 count. You're teaching them life lessons, and you're grooming them into young men, and for that, we tip our cap to you.
Thank you.
Amen to that. Amen to that. So you guys got you're working on a tournament, an invitational tournament, yes?
Yeah, we coupled up with New Melle last year, Tigers and Dave Burke. This year it's our 12U Elite Invitational, and I think we currently have, 16 teams in it, Dave? 16 teams in it. It's going to be out at Ellisville on March 31st through June 2nd. It's a 4-game minimum, so there will be a lot of baseball played by some teams.
Yeah.
Last year it got a little hot on us, though, didn't it?
Yeah, it got real hot.
Yeah.
I think we played 3 games on that Sunday, and I remember looking at those boys at the end of the day, and we didn't, we by far, I don't think we made it to the semifinals, and them poor boys, I've never seen them not be happy to, or be happy to not play a game, but they were just sitting there, they were just wet rats.
They slept good. I gotta hand it to all the teams that we did experience some, Mother Nature eared our evil head that weekend, and so we were kind of forced to compact some of the games, but hey, they all stuck it out and made it through in a 4-game format. That's tough.
Yeah, and it got great reviews. I mean, where we were at, doesn't matter where, but in regards to the competition, and there was some teams, I think, that not a lot of people had expectations that they would make it as deep as they did, and that's what makes the baseball so fun.
Yeah.
Is that on any given day, that one team can get a key player, a key hitter, and it changes the whole outcome.
So you got teams coming from Arkansas, Missouri, of course.
Yeah, there's all the top 12U teams in Missouri are in that tournament for sure, and it's we're still fielding calls, and we still have some room. But if you're watching this, don't drag your feet. Let's get in there.
Get in. It'll be good.
Love to have you. Yep.
Well, hey, Mr. Burke, Coach, Dave.
Thank you.
Appreciate you joining us.
Oh, appreciate you guys having
Look
me.
forward. Come on back to the show sometime, man. We'd love to talk to you.
Call me anytime. Hopefully we can be spreading some good news about the new Melle Tigers.
There you go. There you go.
Good looking cap there. You got a new logo I see this year.
Yeah, we did. We switched things up and kind of going to a little as they get a little older, stepping away from the Missouri Tigers stuff and Some people will say it looks a little more Texas A&M-ish, but we're going to call it New Melle
Nothing wrong with
Tigers.
that.
I'm going to have to talk to Mr. Schmidt here. We might have to make a little trade for little caps. I like that. I got my eye on that. I promise I won't wear it on the weekends, though.
There you go. No favorites.
No,
No
sir.
favorites.
No, hey, you can vouch for that. There's
Absolutely.
He doesn't
No.
play favorites. I'm just
No, he does not, and that's why we play so much Game 7 baseball, because it's a. I'll throw a little props out to you guys. We played a lot of tournaments in a lot of different places, and we thoroughly enjoy playing Game 7 baseball with you guys. And it's, I mean, from the umpiring to the way you guys handle your business when those so-called situations arise, they've been handled quickly and professionally. And I'm not trying to pitch too hard here, but I mean, it's really just. I consider you guys to be the elite tournament company around St. Louis.
Well, we appreciate that, Dave. We work really, really hard on it. And once again, thanks for coming on with us
you,
today.
guys.
And we look forward to seeing you out there on the field in 2019. We'll see you guys a bunch. I think you're in like 9 or 10, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yep.
And they're a good team, guys.
Yeah,
so
real
if you're
good.
looking for good competition, get in it. At 12U, it's good competition.
Yep.
You want to see how you stack up. There you go.
The boys work hard. I'll say that, so.
Good luck this year, Dave.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it.
Hey, guys, thanks for joining us this week on Youth Sports and Activities Midwest. And that's all the time we got for you today. Thanks for Dave coming on and Coach Tony Perkins. Hey, look, we're back in a couple weeks. We're going to have some more information, some more tournament stuff, some more interviews, and we just got a bunch of stuff planned for the summer. We're going to have a good time.
Another Power Pack show.
Woo! I like it. Well, hey, remember, all you hitters, hit them where they ain't. And all you pitchers, keep throwing strikes. We'll talk to you soon.